Guys, Ricardo here. Welcome to another Blog Tech Tips. And of course, guys, today I have two laptops here. And the first one on my left here is the Acer Aspire E15. And over here we have the Acer Aspire 5. And of course, guys, we'll be having a showdown to compare the basic features as well as the main things that separate these two devices. Alright, so next we're going to power them up and show you what's taking place. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we have both laptops. As I said guys, on your left, we have one device here, which is the Aspire 15 or the Aspire E15. And over here we have the Aspire 5, which is from Acer. So my main aim today guys is to compare both. So let's get straight into the comparison. Alright guys, so they're both logged in. And of course guys, the first thing you might notice right away is the difference in the keyboard. Now my Aspire 5 over here has a backlit keyboard which is LED, and of course in low light conditions this can be great for typing in the dark, but of course it's an optional feature and not every version will come with the backlit keyboard. Over here you have the non-backlit keyboard, which is just a regular keyboard. Also, this only comes on when you're on AC power or plugged in at the wall. If you're on battery, it will go out and it will just be a regular keyboard, just like this one over here. Now of course guys, right away again you can notice both displays minus the wallpaper. You'll notice that this one over here has a very crisp display, so just take notice of the sharpness of the display and the how small the icons are compared to these over here, which are much larger. Now of course this display is 1080p, as can be seen here. Now forgive me for the lighting in the room, but of course you can see full HD 1080p. But this display over here is only 720p max. Alright, so yes, so right away guys, as you saw, there is a major difference in displays, being this is the higher resolution display and this is of a lower resolution. So of course that's just a predetermined factor in these two, or this version of this laptop compared to the one over here. Now another thing that you might want to compare guys, other than both of them have similar inputs, this one to the side, which is the Acer Aspire E15, as a VGA port along with the HDMI. This one over here only has a only has a HDMI port and no VGA. This one also has a DVD drive, and this one over here has no DVD drive. So if you need one, you'd have to connect one externally, such as this one that we have around here. But of course you'd have to get a external DVD drive looking like this one over here. And of course, going back to the laptops guys. All right, continuing guys. So as I was saying guys, so one has a DVD drive, the other doesn't. But of course there are variants. Sometimes that's just depending on the specific version that you actually get, so changes might be different. But of course guys, over here too, on the Acer Aspire 5, you'll notice we have a Core i3, and this is a 7th gen. And over here guys, I have also a Core i3 8th gen. But of course this is because these laptops were slightly different. If you go onto the back of the laptop too guys, you're gonna notice that there is also a difference in terms of the batteries are both built in. There's also an easy access hatch at the back to access stuff like the RAM or the memory and the hard drive, I think. And if it's not the hard drive, I think it should be the CPU heatsink. But of course, as I said, the battery is built in both cases. They both have USB Type-C built on, which is quite nice. And if you were to look at the stickers right here, that show off the features, you'll know that the Aspire E15 right here has USB 3.1, which is the Type-C connector that you're seeing here. Notice it says Type-C. And of course, if I go over here, it has the same Type-C connector, USB 3.1 on the Aspire 5 series. And of course, they both have 1 terabyte hard drives. Notice the 100 gigabytes. If I come over here as well, this one too has the 1000 gigabytes, which is roughly a terabyte. Now where they differ again, guys, is that this one over here, which is the Aspire E15, has a Core i3 8130U, which is a 2.3 gigahertz with turbo boost up to 3.4, and that means that the normal clock speed is 2.2 and it boosts up to 3.4. However, over here, guys, this one is a Core i3 7100U, and as I said, it's a 7th gen processor. It has a 2.4 gigahertz, and I'm not sure if that is the base clock speed or the overclock speed, but of course that might just be the base. In such a case, this will just outpace this one in terms of base clock speed just by a few gigahertz, which is not much. Okay, and over here you also notice there's Intel HD graphics, but of course over here it doesn't say Intel HD graphics. It does say, guys, Intel UHD, which is ultra high definition graphics. Next, you'll notice that it's 6 gigabytes of DDR3L memory, but over here on the other hand, it's actually 4 gigabytes of DDR4 memory. So again, that's a distinguishing factor. But of course, you notice DDR3 over on the other unit and DDR4, which is the newer type memory. Both have 802.11ac Wi-Fi. Both have true harmony sound. And of course, there is the dual digital mic on this version, and over on the other we have certified for Skype and business calls, but of course should be a similar technology. There is the color intelligence, which of course is HDR webcam on the other, and there you have the USB Type-C. And of course, if you compare them over here again, you'll notice the similarities and the differences between both units. Overall, guys, both laptops are quite nice. You can customize them the way you want, but of course, as we said, one display gives you a crisper overall picture, while the other gives you more of a 720p, which is not as sharp, but it's still okay. Both perform similarly on battery when they're unplugged. For example, this one over here is saying, and it's not absolutely fully charged, but it does give say about 5 hours 35 minutes on battery from 91%. And over here, if I were to unplug this one, notice the keyboard goes normal now, as I was saying, when it's unplugged. But if I come over here, guys, and I look at the battery, which is full, it does say on here that it will give me 100% remaining. It will have to drop a bit, but it should say roughly the same amount of time, about 6 hours or so, which is not 100% accurate. It just means at the current drainage, meaning if you start using more intensive apps, it will reduce faster. All right, but overall, guys, if you're thinking about getting the Acer Aspire E15 as over here, you can always compare the features compared to the Aspire 5 as shown here. Both have great features, but of course, if I were to say which one was the more powerful, I would say right at a glance, due to this being the latest model, which is the 2018, the latest edition, I would give it to the Aspire E15. But of course, if you could get the updated model, and I think this is roughly a little bit older, which is the Aspire 5 model, that's a little bit older, but if you could get the updated model, if there is a newer version, with the 8th gen processor, not the 7, it might compare. But as they are now, I would give the performance edge to the Aspire E15, which is this one here. And of course, not trailing by far would be this one over here, which is the Aspire 5. However, the Aspire 5 does have its great features, such as the addition of DDR4, which is a whole generation over this version. And of course, there are some other perks, such as the backlit keyboard and so on. But all things are balanced, and of course, manufacturers will remove and add things to balance out the features. So you do give away some features over here for features over here. And the performance difference is not that great in terms of, it's not as if this one totally blows away the other. Both are great performers. So be sure to actually consider everything before you consider purchasing. Alright guys, Ricardo from Black Tech Tips with another comparison of the Acer Aspire E15 versus the Aspire 5. This is Ricardo saying bye until next time guys. Bye.